breath back. I know. Stairs. Need to lie down.
Just in terms of format, we're going to broadcast first, then photographs outside, and then you'll do the subject.
Okay, thanks. Welcome everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Delighted to announce that Neil has accepted our offer to become the permanent manager at Celtic. So we're delighted. We see Neil as a man who knows Celtic inside out. He has coaching and of course a manager. He's been a highly successful manager. He's a winner, and we only witnessed that last weekend where we won the cup to achieve the treble. He, in a season where we're going to have to bring in some new players and strengthen, in the past he's demonstrated he's got a fantastic eye for a player. So he's all the attributes to be a Celtic manager. He knows the city, he knows the club inside out, and we're delighted to have him. So we'll take some questions, please.
Neil, congratulations on your role. What's it like to be back here now permanently for a second spell?
Well, it's a great privilege. It's a personal privilege and a great professional privilege as well. I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm very much looking forward to, the challenge that lays ahead, or challenges that lay ahead. Very excited. You all know what this club means to me, but it's not obviously about me. It's about the club. Keep going forward and keep progressing in the right way. I'm delighted that the board have entrusted me with the job. I have a great relationship with them, a great professional relationship with them, and they are elite people. And when you get chosen to take on a role like this from those kind of people, there was only going to be one answer, and that was yes.
Given that an easy decision then?
Easy decision, very easy decision, yes.
What challenges lie ahead then for this Celtic team in the next season?
Trying to win a fourth treble. I think that's a big challenge. Trying to still be the dominant team in the country, and obviously we want to progress our own players through the ranks. We're already looking at some of the younger players who have done exceptionally well, and obviously recruitment will be important because there will be players leaving, and we want to freshen things up a little bit.
Yeah, Peter hinted at that. How much surgery do you think this squad needs, given the success of the last few years?
Well, whatever it takes, whatever it takes to help us, keep moving in the right direction. I haven't got a number of players, or I can't tell you who's going to be leaving or who's going to be coming in. But like every season at this stage, you're looking to improve, and that's what we'll endeavour to do.
I guess this is for both of you, but what support do you feel you need? And Peter, what can you provide in terms of financially for Neil and in terms of the players that he feels he needs to get in?
Well, you'll be fed up with hearing me say this, but every transfer window again we want to come out stronger, and we will do all we can within our financial constraints. But we realise that the squad needs freshened, it probably needs strengthened. We've actually been working on it since February in terms of options and making inquiries and players, so we've been planning ahead for that period of time as well, and we know the direction we want to go in particular positions.
Given where Celtic are currently in Scottish football as the dominant force, is that the pressure of making sure that doesn't slip, and is it the onus on you just as much as Neil?
Absolutely. I mean, our objective is to continue to dominate Scotland. It's to get back into the Champions League and go as far as we possibly can. And for that, we need the right people, the right management, and the right players.
Neil, Champions League is mentioned there. It's something you were relatively successful in as a player and a manager with Celtic, getting into the next stage. What's it going to take just to qualify now with the extra round compared to what you were used to previously, and how tough that's going to be?
It just makes it more difficult. When I was manager here last time, we had 3 rounds to negotiate, now we have 4. And they are some of the most important games of your season that come more or less straight away. So it's important we have a good pre-season, try and keep the players all fit and healthy and focused and ready for some difficult games to negotiate when they come. But it's not beyond them. They've shown exceptional consistency over the last 3 or 4 years, and we're just looking for more of the same from them now.
How would you say this season is going to differ from your first spell in charge?
Well, I'm older, a bit more wiser. Last time I was sort of a rookie manager, if you want to call it that. Now I'm sort of 10 years down the line, and I am back on familiar territory with great backroom staff who were here under Brendan as well, and we've kept that progression and familiarity going for the players as well. So I am different. There's no question that. I think more rounded and very much looking forward to the challenge again.
What is the confirmation for your backroom team?
Well, John Kennedy will be assistant manager and Damien Duff will be first team coach, along with Stevie Woods, goalkeeper coach.
You were in charge the last time whenever the 8 in a row has been kicked off. The potential to go for 9 in a row in terms of league titles and a potential 10th if you stay on after that. How important is that to you?
Well, it's important for the club, so that means it's important for me, and important for the supporters and the players. We really should be talking about going into the 10 in a row, because in my first year, you know, we let one go, so I think I'm owed one. So that will be what I'm going to try and do, is to bring 9 first and foremost, allied with the domestic cups, and obviously we would like to make inroads into the Champions League, but again, we've touched on that being a difficult thing to do, but not insurmountable.
Well, looking at player retention, sorry, in terms of this summer, you didn't change a lot whenever you came in, but what are going to be some of the strengths given, especially in Interim with a link to France?
Well, again, like I said, there will be players probably leaving and players coming in. So we try and keep it in-house as much as possible. It's a very difficult thing to do in Glasgow sometimes, but we do our business as quietly as we can and as professionally as we can, and hopefully as thoroughly as we can as well.
Neil, you've talked about the expectations at the club not too long ago. When you look at the success over the past 3 seasons, you obviously played your part last season. How does that expectation and pressure feel on your shoulders?
You don't really feel it, you know, you just got to take it game by game, you know, live in the present. Obviously the first issue will be Champions League qualifiers, and then we take on the domestic front. I'm excited about, you know, hopefully bringing new players in and sort of integrating them with the quality of player that we already have. So first and foremost, that's what's going to take place, is, you know, try and recruit as best as we possibly can.
Is there a worry that after 3 trebles, that if a treble isn't achieved this coming season, that people might not see that as a success?
Probably not, you know, because they've been used to it. It is a very, very difficult thing to do. You know, in my first season here as a player, yeah, we won the treble in the Martin O'Neill, and that was the holy grail, really. These guys have won 3 in a row. So Saturday was one of the best days of my life, and when the final whistle went, one of the best moments of my professional life, no question of that, because of the enormity of what the players had achieved and what it meant for everyone associated with the club. We will endeavour to win every competition we go into, so we'll take it from there.
Neil, considering the importance of these European qualifiers, how important would it be for you to get players in quickly, establish your own side and get the ball rolling?
Well, I think that's always been the case. You know, even in my time previously, it was important because these games come very, very quickly. So there's been work ongoing for the past few weeks behind the scenes, regardless of if I was going to be here or not. It was important to put that platform in place.
So you were working on potential players and things
Absolutely.
before you knew the job was coming?
Absolutely. That was my job at the time, and it still is now.
Peter, how important was it to get Neil in so that he has a continuation rather than bringing someone fresh in who doesn't know the club and maybe has to bring
Yeah,
in?
I mean, it's vital. I mean, this is a very, very demanding job, and there's not many people that can do it. And I don't think you realise the challenges or the intensity till you're actually in the job. You can ask Brendan, ask Martin and Neil. That's Neil here. It's an amazingly difficult and challenging job. To have somebody that knows it, and as I said, knows the city, knows what's required for Celtic to win, is a huge bonus. And having Neil from February, you know, that continuity can remain. He's had time to look at his squad, time to look at where we want to strengthen and what positions. The continuity of John and Damien, again, is very important. So football stability is everything. And I think in the circumstances that we had in February, we've re-established stability and continuity, I think, pretty well.
Neil, I know you were keen to make sure there was continuity in style and tactics, and was that kind of a bit of a pressure on you as well, though? Because maybe if you changed something it didn't work, it was going to be blamed. Have you got a wee bit of kind of leeway now as well to get your own players in and do what things that you want to do?
Yeah, it's not going to be a huge, you know, sweeping change. You know, it was a style of player that I was unaccustomed to, and obviously getting to know the players. I basically did the press conference on the Tuesday and met with the players on the Tuesday evening, and then had a huge game against Hearts the day after, so we didn't have a lot of time, and that was important that we negotiated that game, and then obviously the cup tie against Hibs on the Saturday or the Sunday. So psychologically there were 2 big wins for me personally, and obviously give a little bit of breathing space for everyone else after what had happened. So now we have time. now we're staying calm and now we know what lies ahead of us and the positions that we want to fill in now.
Was it a difficult time as well? What were your thoughts about whether your chances of getting a job? Was it always something in the back of your mind? Did you?
Not really, no, because it's strange to say it, but my whole focus was on winning the league and winning the cup for the players and the club. And then if I got the job, great. If I didn't, then it was a brilliant experience. And it was a challenge. You know, I was following in big shoes. Brendan won 7 trophies out of 7. Remarkable managerial performance. And he had such an influence not only on the players but the staff, the structure he set up. So, you know, you didn't want to get that wrong. So it was hugely pressurised, but a great challenge which I enjoyed immensely.
Just clarification, sorry. Will there be a head of recruitment coming in, or will it be the current setup?
No, again, we're working on that. There's a bit, again, now that Neil's in, again, we want to keep calm and don't rush and make the wrong appointment too quickly. So we're going to sit down, look at the structure of the football side of the club, which will include head of recruitment, and then go out to the market possibly and do that. So we'll set about that task now.
Peter, what's your response to criticism from some politicians about how the club has handled the child abuse scandal?
I think on that's a very sensitive issue. I think it's a subject that needs care and respect, and today is not the appropriate time to discuss it. We're here, it's about Neil Lennon, it's a football press conference, and we're here to unveil a new manager.
Neil, what sort of challenge, you've been a part of the chasing pack towards Celtic over the last couple of years, but what sort of challenge do you expect now, and how much does Celtic need to up their game because of that from the chasing pack?
Well, in terms of upping the game, I mean, the players have done everything that they could have been asked of them over the last 3 years, so it's just a question of keeping that form, consistency, character, personality in the team going forward as much as we possibly can. There are good teams out there. You know, I've worked at Hibs for 2 years and I know the calibre player we had, I know the calibre player Aberdeen, Rangers have. So I knew how difficult the treble was and they achieved it, and it's important that we try and just keep stepping in the right direction on that, and there's no reason why we can't.
You were talking about a good relationship with Peter and the board, but are you willing to dig your heels in if you need to over players or any other structural situations?
You know Peter as well as I do. We've a great relationship. I had 4 years working with him. I left on great terms. I admire them very much. There's a great, healthy, professional respect, and that will be maintained.
How key is that for you, Peter, the fact that you know Neil so well and the working relationship's already there?
It's key, and of course we can, you know, hit the ground running. Not necessarily like that term, but that's what we can do. We know each other well. I think there's mutual respect. Neil's a strong character. He understands the strategy of the club. He buys into that, and I'm sure that we'll go on great.
Thank you.